Hello, my name is Aidan Lee. Today I'm going to be talking about the hippie/psychedelia movement, in which I play the bass. For this band, we've decided to drop all of our instruments down into drop D, as it would sound much better and it allows the vocals to really shine through, as they can hit all the high notes, which they can't do in standard tuning. However, my bass doesn't really seem to cooperate with me when I detune it, so I'm going to have to get that repaired, hopefully before the night performance. In which obviously tomorrow I will have to be playing a standing bass just so that I can drop it down to drop D and have it sound good. The two songs in which we've definitely decided on doing is Time by Pink Floyd, which is a work in progress, and the one which we'll be performing tomorrow is Almost Cut My Hair by Crosby, Nash, Stills and Young. What I found difficult about this song is the fact in how, for the build up to the chorus, me and the drummer have to keep perfectly in time, in which to do so we then nod our head before we actually get into it. So I will just take it away from there, so just imagine that there's a drummer playing with me. What I've done to make this track a little bit more interesting as well on a side note is that I've also had to include a couple of slides. I feel like this really does make it sound a little less open and makes it a lot more tighter, just so that it sounds better, like more so it does on the original. I've also added in a couple of variations, like for instance going up to the 12th fret here on the G string. I found out that that just makes it look visually better and also makes it sound a lot better. In the original, they basically use a lot of variations themselves, so I thought that I might incorporate that as well. Moving on to the second track, we have Time by Pink Floyd. Now, this track is probably the first one that we chose. However, it's one of the hardest ones to play, both on the guitar and on the bass. So, the verse for itself, I struggle with, hence the reason why it's a work in progress. However, we have played this a couple of times in the band, so I'll just take it away from the verse. Anyway, that's that and the chorus. The chorus is pretty easy to play, however the timing for it is actually fairly difficult, as it uses syncopation, as it's not really exactly where you would think it would be. So getting that perfect is quite a challenge. However, using the full instrumentation of the bass and keeping it in time with my foot, I found to really help me practice and learn this piece to its full extent. Another song which we'll be doing for this band is Just Dropped In to See What My Condition Was In which is a great piece in itself. It uses the same scale, I think, as the other two songs. However, this one is still a work in progress for everybody else. I've learnt a little bit of this track, and so has the drummer, and we practiced it not yesterday but the day before, and it did sound really good, just us two together, in which we both hummed sort of out the track in itself just so that we could keep it in time. So I'll just play it from there. I intend to practice this piece just by doing basically scales, as it really does revolve around the scales. So I'll just play it from now. Just in that point there, it then goes on to this really hard sort of riff which he plays on the bass and also on the xylophone. However, the guitarist says that he will learn it on the guitar rather than on the xylophone, just so that we can get as close to the original as possible. I personally haven't learned this part of the song yet, just due to the difficulty, and my intention is to practice this piece to get it absolutely perfect, to play it slowly, and then sort of build my way up until I can get it to the original timing. My warm-up routine normally for the bass is to play a couple of scales and also to play the solo from NIB by Black Sabbath, which I learned for another solo recital. I found out that this really helps me find the sort of strength of the strings and the bass in which I'm playing, and also helps me warm up my fingers, especially on the cold winter seasons in which we're slowly approaching now. So I'll just play it from there. Anyway, it carries on like that for a couple of minutes, but I won't bore you. But anyway, that's what I do to practice the bass. Thank you.